Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. I hope by the grace of Almighty Allah, all of you are fine. Dear student, I am Muhammad Shahjahan, Assistant Professor, Department of Accounting, Milestone College, Uttara, Dhaka. Dear student, today we will discuss Chapter 6. You know that this is financial statement of joint stock company. Today it is our first lecture. Dear student, at the end of this lecture, you will be able to know about the financial statement of joint stock company. You can able to know the types of financial statement. You can know about the statement of comprehensive income. Let's come to our class. What is financial statement? Dear student, financial statements are reports prepared by a company's management to present the financial performance and position at a point in time. A general purpose set of financial statement usually includes a statement of financial position, comprehensive income statement, a statement of retained earnings, and a statement of cash flows. Dear student, that means financial statement is prepared at the end of a specific period. That means we can say accounting period. In maximum organization, accounting period is 1 year. Dear student, that means after 1 year, what is the condition of the organization that will discuss in financial statement. Dear student, in financial statement, we prepare income statement. That means which will give us profit or loss of that organization. Moreover, we will prepare retained earnings account. We will prepare cash flow statement and financial position, statement of financial position. Dear student, now types of financial statement. Dear student, according to IAS 1, we know that IAS means International Accounting Standard, and this IAS says that financial statement of a joint stock companies are five types mainly. Number one, the statement of comprehensive income. Then number two, the statement of retained earnings. Number three, the statement of financial position. And number four, the statement of cash flow. And last of all, notes of financial statement. That means in the financial statement, whatever assumption, whatever things we consider, that is notes of financial statement. Let's come the statement of comprehensive income. Dear student, statement of comprehensive income refers to the statement of which contain the details of revenue, income, expense or losses of an organization. That means in the comprehensive income statement, all of the revenues of an organization are recorded. Dear student, you know that revenue means income. Dear student, an organization earn different types of income from different sources. All of income will recorded in income statement. Dear student, in the income statement, we will record expenses also. That means expenses of that organization. For doing business, every organization has lots of types of expenses. All expenses will be recorded in income statement. Dear student, and from the revenue we have to subtract the expenses, then that will be profit. If the revenue or income is greater than the expenses, then profit. If revenue or income is less than the expenses, then it is loss of that organization. Dear student, if it is a service providing business organization, net profit is found after subtracting service providing expenditure from service revenue. Dear student, you know service providing organization means there are some organization which gives service to its client. That means this is not a merchandising organization. They are not giving any goods to the client. Rather, they are giving service to its client. That's why it is called service providing organization. In this type of organization, income statement is only one step. That means all service revenue will be recorded in one side. Then from that we have to subtract the expenditure of that organization. Then we will find the profit. Dear student, for example, a lawyer, a doctor, or engineer, they are the example of service providing business. And in this type of organization, we will do income statement by subtracting expenditure from service revenue. Now come to merchandising business. Dear student, in merchandising business, gross profit is found after subtracting cost of goods sold. That means in merchandising business, dear student, we have three steps. First step, we will find out the gross profit, and gross profit will be calculated by subtracting cost of goods sold from net sales. Dear student, that means in this type of organization, at first we have to find out the net sales, and from the net sales we have to subtract cost of goods sold. That means direct expenses related to purchase or production, that will be added together, then we will get the cost of goods sold. Inshallah, dear student, in next class we will show how we calculate net sales, how we calculate cost of goods sold. Dear student, from cost of goods sold, we have to subtract the sales. Then if sales is greater than cost of goods sold, then there will be gross profit. If cost of goods sold is greater than sales, then it will be gross loss. Dear student, now second step. In second step, we will calculate operating profit, and the operating profit is found after subtracting operating expenditure from gross profit. Dear student, we have to write gross profit at first, then we will write all of the operating expenditure. Dear student, what is operating expenditure? Operating expenditure means the expenditure which is done for running the business. That means this is regular expenditure of a business. Be careful, dear student. In cost of goods sold, we also write the expenditure, but in cost of goods sold, we write the expenditure related to purchase and production. And here we will write the indirect expenses, that means which is not directly related with purchase or production, it is related with the operation of business. That means to run the business, whatever expenditure is done, that is known as operating expenditure. This is indirect expenditure. This type of expenditure help the organization indirectly, that's why it is called indirect expenditure. For example, salary of a worker, rent of the business organization, advertisement expenses, insurance premium, depreciation of any asset, right of goodwill. It is here the operating expenditure. Inshallah, next class I will give you a chart for list of operating expenditure. So, dear student, how will get the operating profit? We have to write the gross profit, and from that gross profit we will subtract the operating expenditure. Then you will get the operating profit. Dear student, last step of income statement in merchandising business. Dear student, in this step we will write at first the operating profit, and we will subtract uh, we will add other income, and we will subtract the other expense. That means with the operating expense we will add the other income or non-operating income, and we'll subtract other expense or non-operating expense. Then we'll find out the operating profit before tax. Operating profit before tax. Dear student, for find out the net profit before tax, we have to add other income or non-operating income. Then we have to subtract other expense or non-operating expense with operating profit. Then you will find out the net profit. Dear student, what is non-operating income? That means this type of income is not the activities of a business. The business earn this type of activities by irregular, like they invest anywhere. From that, if you earn interest, then that is other income. And if subtracted the expenses, that is non-operating expenses, then it is net profit. Dear student, now it is your homework. What is financial statement? How many types of financial statement? What is IS? These are your homework.